Hello, my name is Vladimir and I'll be showing you how I make mesh heads. So I start off with opening this file. I know no one has it, but I might put it out either for free or I sell it. Most likely I'll sell it. It contains a lot of things and it's not really done yet. It has eyebrows, teeth, tattoos, beards, mustaches. So yeah, this makes making the heads easier, like cuts it by 50%. So it used to take me like an hour, maybe 2 hours. Now it takes me like half an hour to make a head just because of this file. So I have four skin tones bases because I have four skins in my shop that matches all my mesh heads. I have the white skin, which I don't really use. I have this light base. I don't really use this often too. The main ones I use are the tan base and the dark base. My favorite bases to use. I don't know why. They're just anyway. So I start with picking a base. If I'm right now, I'm gonna be making a head off of one of my favorite singers, Usher. All right, here. Usually, when you make a mesh head off of a face, you would ooh, you would want the nose facing forward like this. Uh, so I'm gonna use this. Let's see if that works out. So first thing I would do is, you'd get your create mode client ready, and I have him set up right now with the add-on beard, add-on ears, etc. So one of the first things I do is I click off two-sided. It doesn't really do anything noticeable. Well, somebody's blowing up my tablet. Anyway, it doesn't really do anything noticeable, but uh, I turn it on just because I prefer it. Like if it's off, when you zoom into the head, it just shows. This just weirds me out. But when you turn on two-sided, it does that. I prefer to look at this than the other thing. That's just my preference. So let's start. I'm gonna try and narrate everything I do. Usually I listen to music while I create. So first thing you would want to do is you want to get I think this is called a lasso. No, free tool select, whatever. Uh, you would want to get the face. Now I'm gonna show you some techniques along with this video. Now you just want to get his face. You don't got to be perfect, but if you're close to perfect, that's nice. Makes it easier. So now that you have it selected, what I do is, and I'm using GIMP by the way, if you didn't notice. I can use Photoshop, but I prefer GIMP, less laggy, and I'm just so used to using it. I might switch to Photoshop soon. So you want to feather the selection. What that does, it softens it. Let me show an example. This video is going to be so long. So you'd copy. Let's see. I'm gonna copy and paste. Now notice how jagged and rough the edges are. I could work with this, but I prefer to like soften the edges when I copy it because it makes it just much easier to work with. For example, I'm gonna show you soften. Oh, I mean feather. I'm sorry. When you hit feather, I usually go about 30. Sometimes that's too much. It doesn't matter. At 30. What's going on here? Hmm. So I pasted that, and you see how it's a little blurry around here. Just makes it much easier to work with, and I don't need this anymore. And then you always want to keep a backup in case you mess up. So let's see. Usher. Let's duplicate that. Hold on, let me see. Something's wrong with my recording software. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but um, I don't know how that. I never used this program before, but whatever. I'm just gonna continue. So what I did was What I did was I cropped around the face of the album. Whoa, okay. Sorry, I had to check something with the video. Okay, everything's back to normal. So, like I was saying, I cropped this part of the album. And like I said before, you always want to make a backup. I'm going to work with a backup. This is in case you make a mistake. Usually I put the face right above the skin tone I'm using, and I'm using dark. And now here's when I start cleaning around the edges, because if you can see, you still see parts of the ear and outline of the neck. You don't want any of that. You want to get rid of all of that. All right. And I'm using the eraser tool, a soft part of it. Let's see. Hopefully this comes out nicely, but we always touch up. Now once you do that, you want to make sure that face is like rotated properly. So I feel like it's tilted too much, and so I do this. So the face is looking dead center at me. Okay. So now what you want to do is, I do a lot of things here. Like I turn on the UV map. I turn on the UV map, and then just mess with the opacity. This helps me align the face properly. And you always want to keep the width and height the same for now. Then I'll show you how to mess with it and warp it. So the face was too big for the head, and right now it's still too big. So you want to get it just to the right size. Oh, music is off. Like I said, I need to listen to music to pump me up. Yeah. So right now I'm trying to shrink the face to be, well, nothing's perfect, but you want to get as close to perfection as possible. And here I'm just moving. Now it looks a little centered. Now don't be afraid to test it. This is what I call the ugly stage. Let's see. I'll call it Mesh Head. So now you would bring this up, and then you'd go to Usher Mesh Head. Let's see. It's right here. Now it looks crazy if you notice. This is okay. I mean, some people. Whoa, this song is annoying. Don't ever play this again. Okay, so yeah, it looks crazy right now, but usually people would panic and give up at this stage. No, this shows you this is where exactly you need to be. So you'd want to reality check the head. So I notice the eyes are out of place and the nose is off centered. The uh, mouth is a little too low. So that means I gotta shrink the face more. Alright, so now what I'm doing now is I'm centering the face again. And dang, Usher got a wide ass nose. That's alright though. You want to do another check. There's gonna be a lot of checks like this. Now it's a little better. Okay, it's positioned properly. So now what we're gonna do is, before we shrink his nose, we're gonna do slight adjustments around the face, because you want to get the positioning size right before you start doing all the other changes. This is the hardest part. To me, it's probably my least favorite part. So Alright, that's much better. His nose is still big, but that's fine. I'm gonna lift up his face a little bit and maybe shrink it again. So what I would do is I just tap up like probably a few times on the keyboard, and then I would go ahead and shrink it. And then I'd have to position it again. Usually I don't use the UV map. I do use the UV map to position it, but when I'm really lazy, I just use the base face. That's exactly where it'll show you exactly where you need to place the nose and everything, because it's an already done head. This is my Dante head, I believe. I use that as my dark skin base. It's in my shop in case you want to get it. So right now I'm carefully just resizing it. Then, so I'm gonna show you how to fix this eye area. By the way, this black thing here, that's actually where his eyes are. I added that in there to fix any issues with the face. So right now I'm gonna call this the ugly stage. Now that I have the face positioned right, uh, I feel like the nose is still too big, and there's only quite a few ways I know how to fix that. Let's try a couple of them, or one of them, whichever ones works first. Now I still feel as if the face is too big for the head, so I'm gonna shrink it again. Shrink it like that much, because you want your face's proportion. You don't want this giant face on a head like that's not how bodies work. You don't want like the face all up on the forehead and stuff. Like you want some, you just want it to look nice and real. And if not real, you want it to look decent. Okay, so right now I am on this position again. And now, mainly on this part, you want to position the nose. Because what really makes a mesh head pop out, believe it or not, is two things. The nose and the mouth. That's it. Facial hair does add perks to it, but mainly it's the nose and the mouth. Eyes don't do much. You just little nifty things you could do with the eyes, but aside from that, yeah, nothing. Let's see. Oh, I did that already. Alright, so right now it's looking decent. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start shifting around things. For example, his mouth is off center. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna squeeze this like that and pull this down, because you want the mouth to be centered properly. Hmm. I should have some background music playing for this video because I'm listening to some smooth music. So right here should be the optimal position for the face. Alright, so right here, perfect. Now right there you see it's almost done, and I didn't have to really shrink his nose because Usher does have a big nose. Uh, right now I'm gonna clean around the edges and the brows and fix this eye issue here. At the same time, sometimes what you want to do, I don't often do this, but well, actually I do often do this as of lately, but I remove the eyelashes. You know, this is mesh heads designed for guys. They don't really need eyelashes. Some heads look good with them. This head, I feel like, no, I'm gonna leave it on. This head, I feel like it doesn't need them. I'm gonna see by the end of the video if I keep them or not. So now this is, I'm gonna make another duplicate copy and work on this. Work on this one. This is my backup in case I mess up. So now I'm gonna zoom in and erase. I'm gonna erase the eyes right here. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna erase the eyes right here. I'm gonna cut them off and reposition them. And I'm gonna show you why I'm doing this. So right now I'm just cutting around the eyes. I'm gonna make even though it's unnecessary, I'm gonna make another duplicate just because I don't like making mistakes. Mistakes cost time. So then I feather it and then I cut it. Paste. I'm gonna drag this down back to where the face was. Put it top layer. And now what you want to do is push the eyes down. Now what that does is it keeps bags underneath his eyes, which it does matter. Let me show you. Boom, right there. See what I did there? And now he doesn't have an extra set of eyes right here. Cause trust me, when I used to start making mesh heads, I used to have issues like that, and I used to get complaints. So this took a lot of time and practice to just get to the point I am now. Okay, so all right, I need to buy something in the shop real quick. What the hell? I have no idea what pressing that button just did. Um, it's still recording. Okay, no, I guess it just took a screenshot or something. I don't know. So I'm going to shop and buy. What is it? It's called. Okay, there it is. Alright, that's exactly what I need. Perfect. Now, let me take a quick break. I need a drink. Alright, I should be back. Alright, I got my lemonade. So, I showed you how to put the bags right here and fix the eyes. Now, what I'm gonna do, it's not necessary, but sometimes it is. Let's see if it's necessary. Now I'm just gonna merge these two down into one file. Well, one layer, I mean. So I would duplicate this. This is a little cheap technique I use. And what you would do is you would reverse it and then set the opacity to about 50%. Now what that does, if you didn't notice yet, it'll not only make the face symmetrical, which by the way, no one's face is perfectly symmetrical. Doing this really makes it only works with like avatars because they're supposed to be perfect. Ooh, shit good. So so right now, but mainly what it does, aside from making it perfectly symmetrical, it evens out the tones. For example, if I turn it off, see how this area is light, this has shadow? Yeah, I want to remove that. So you would do that. Hit merge down, combine into one layer, and export, import it into here. See? Now, let me put a different hair on. Good enough. I'm gonna be taking a lot of lemonade breaks. Alright. So now, there's two things you can do here. I know is you don't have to do one or the other. You could do like for example, there's two ways you would erase here erase these edges or blur them in or smudge them in. Right now, alright, now you always want to make another duplicate copy. So I'm gonna try and blur it just to even it out. Alright, and you want to max out the blur rate, because what you want this to blend in flawlessly. The blur tool is not working, so I don't like the way it's coming out. So what you would do is you would duplicate this layer, which I already did, and you would use the smudge tool. Okay. I also don't like the way that's coming out. So that's two methods that didn't work. So what we want to do is again duplicate that. Always have your backup layer, and I'm gonna erase. Now you want the soft eraser, which is right here. So if I were to do that, it's like soft. It's not like the other eraser like this, where if you put a whole, that down, no, I don't need that. So give this a thumbs up. I already have this album on my iPod. All right. So I'm gonna gently. Now I will be doing a lot of undos, but I'm gonna be gently just. I'm not. Notice how I'm not doing this. I don't really want to do that because I want to keep this outline of his cheekbone. So I'm just gonna lightly, using the edge, just softly. Like that. Alright. I'm not gonna leave these eyebrows here in case you guys are wondering. Oh, hell no. Pandora just tried my ass. Mm. I wish I could play the songs that I'm listening to while I'm creating, but that's not happening. I have to pick some like smooth jazz or something. Okay, so right now I got it blending a little well, something light. Now, the issue with my little mesh head kit is, notice, let me hide this. This still has its eyebrows. This doesn't. Neither does this. I should get rid of the eyebrows for all of them because they really get in the way when I'm making other heads, and I gotta every time. So I'm gonna do that now. And here's how I get rid of eyebrows. You can paint over them. I'm lazy. I don't. I work efficiently. I don't do that. What I would do is find a decent size brush. Maybe 40 was a decent size. Nah, 55. Ooh, 55. Okay, it's good enough. Put that rate up, and then let's see, duplicate. So then I just start smudging over it. Yeah, the rate's too high, so I set the rate to like 75. There we go. So you want to just remove the eyebrows, every corner, blend it in, kill the eyebrows once and for all. Alright. This wasn't supposed to be a part of the video, but can't complain for free knowledge. Um, shit looking ugly. That's alright though. Alright, so when you get to this stage, you can start airbrushing over it. Let's see, I'll get this tone right here, the rate a little higher, and then you can start airbrushing just to even all that drama out. Now I'm gonna say this. Okay, let me fix this. This is bothering me. Damn it. There we go. All right. Now let me get rid of this one with the eyebrows since this doesn't have no eyebrows. There. Now the eyebrows are gone because Usher's face came with his own eyebrows. There you go. There we go. Now, here's what here's the most important step. You would never, ever, 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 ever want to submit your head like this. Yeah, it's positioned right. It looks right. Dude, look at the tones. That doesn't match. Like, mm, sorry again. So, you would, hmm, you want to fix that tone. So we're gonna make another. Wait, how many duplicates did I make? Let me get rid of some of these. It's really clogging the lane. Okay, we're gonna work with this one. So what you want to do is, and this takes a lot of trial and error. I don't even want to get into that, but even I'm still struggling with this. So you want to go to, you're gonna want to use hue, saturation, or brightness and contrast. Not or and. Sorry, I have to change the music. If the music ain't flowing, it distracts me. So here's the things you wouldn't want to use. You go to colors. The three things you want to use is color balance, hue, saturation, and brightness and contrast. Those will always help you evening out the tone. Now see, the dark base, it's dark skin, like has like a reddish tint, so he looks human and looks alive. There's no filters on it. That's just a natural skin tone. Hmm. So let's go to color balance. Now notice, like I said, it has a red tint. And by the way, this thing is like super sensitive. Like each click you put on it, it will show immediately. As you can see, it's turning a little red. Uh, let's see. I feel like this is enough red. If I turn off the preview, turn it on, you'll see. Maybe it needs more. And this is the extreme case of this, by the way. So let me see. 10 should be enough. I wouldn't go over that. Maybe I will. Oh yeah, I'm not going over 10. He also looks a little sunburned. Alright. Let's go to his highlights. His highlights should be... Let's see. Let's set that back to 0. Let's see. Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. That's considered a shadow. It's not even the darkest part. Whatever. You'd want to put some red on that too. Whoa, actually no, you won't. Ooh, leave that at 0. Alright, so I'm gonna have to go to hue and saturation next to fix this. So we only put 10. So now you wanna find the, okay, that's too much. These meters are sensitive. So let's start slowly putting it down because you don't want to put too much. It won't look natural. And now it's starting to be too much. So I felt like 6 was enough. Maybe we could push 7. Yeah, let's push to 7. Lightness and darkness, we can make it a little darker. And 7. Saturation, that removes color or adds color. I don't know if we need that. Maybe we need to add some color. Alright, I think 5 is enough. Now, it's starting to blend in, but we're not done because it's still not really settled in. It's not really matched in. Alright, let's go do this again. Should I add more hue? I'm gonna do that. I'm just messing around. Okay, this should be enough. Okay, now it's the tones matching. Still not done here. We gotta do more blending and the sides around here. Alright, so let's get into that. You know, I said I want to keep his cheekbones. Screw that, because it's like really in the way. So you want to just, smooth out, get that out of here. Now, here's what else you want to do. Let's test that out. See how that comes out. And this is a little secret I do. Now you're gonna want to actually lower the opacity to his face, and I'm gonna show you why. It helps with blending. So this is the original base. This is Usher's face. Now I'm gonna lower the opacity. You don't want to lower it too much to where it doesn't look like Usher anymore, but you don't want to like this is a case of lowering it too much where you're like where's Usher? But here usually I wouldn't do that 50. 50 is too low to me. I'd go like probably like 65, 70. Let's see 70, 65. Let's try that out. Because you want the smoothest head possible. Let's go 65 should be it. There you go. See? But with this method, we're gonna have to actually add the eyebrows back on. I'm gonna show you how to do that too. But notice, see how smooth it looks, and we blended it in. You know, if you look at the beginning of the video, we started from essentially nothing. Let me take off his facial hair. Take another sip of my drink. It's pretty early in the morning, 10:47 a.m. I'm on vacation. They usually be asleep right now. Okay, so, oh yeah, I bought that thing and didn't even use it. There we go. Alright, now I notice I made an accident. The lips, if you look closely, the lips are not aligned properly, and I thought they were. Easy fix. There's two ways to fix that. You could either push the face down. Me, I'm gonna another duplicate, and I'm gonna actually do both. I'm gonna stretch this up or pull this down, I should say. What's the best? 65. I don't consider myself a perfectionist, but little things like that actually annoy me. Alright, there we go. Hmm. Also, these are add-on ears. The head is not really, the ear is not really that big. People always ask me that. No, they're add-on ears. There's the natural ears. Hmm. Alright, back to working on this. So let's put the eyebrows back in. And again, easy to do. You just want to feather, the whole drama, 30. Copy, paste. It should automatically paste at full opacity. Down here. Actually, you don't. With eyebrows, you don't really have to bring them all the way down here. That's my choice, just to keep them. And if you want to name your layers, it's cool too. Let me see. Matter of fact, I should keep this and add it to the pack. So I'm gonna put that back at the top. Put it with the rest of the eyebrows. Okay, so now that we got his eyebrows thick again, because notice his eyebrows faded. You don't want that. Alright, you want the full eyebrows. I feel like listening to. Alright. Now if you want, you could submit it like this, but me, I could end the video here, but I'm not done with the head. I like to add extra stuff. Like I don't want to just submit a raw Usher head. I still like to add my own twist and stuff to it. So I'm gonna give him facial hair. And this is probably a good chance for me to show you what the pack comes with. So this right here is a fix for the neck. The biggest complaint when I was first making mesh heads was that I didn't make skins for them, and there was always a neck seam like around here. People hate that. Uh, at the time, I didn't care for them because I'd always wear like turtlenecks or tattoos on my neck or something to hide it. But let's see. Right now, that just fixes the neck seam. Now the neck seam, there's no way to perfectly hide a neck seam. No way to really perfectly hide it. But this is the closest you can get to hiding it. Now, what else you would want to? Now, what else I'm gonna do? I should say, because at this point, you guys should be done. If you're still watching, you're just interested in seeing what I'm doing. What is this layer? I have no idea what this layer is. Oh, okay, that's something for the eyes. See, this is why you gotta name your stuff. Now, this mustache, see, right there. I want that, so I'm gonna keep it in there. It gives his mustache definition. I'm not gonna give him any teardrop tattoos. So yeah, this is a hair base, and what that does is I'm gonna show you, which I still need to edit it. Usually this comes with girl mesh heads, but all it does is add a little hair base to the head, and it's ideal for like add-on hairs. Let me take this off. I use it for my hair right here. Give him a little afro with a taper. Well, afro with the sides cut. But Usher doesn't have that, and he doesn't need that. So let's get rid of all of that nonsense. And let's take the hair base off. I didn't really release any heads that came with a hair base because I don't think guys really need or care or want that. So my personal head has it though. Oh, another last thing about the hair base, if you want to have it less and less, like more faded, just rest the opacity. Same thing. Okay, so this something it's not working because I already have eyebrows, but it just makes him have angry eyebrows. I might actually keep this on. It makes sense. Uh, um, yeah, I'm gonna keep that on. See, the kit is not done, but it's like really nifty. Oh, here's lip gloss now. I know guys don't wear lip gloss. It's more something to make a lip shine, because no one wants no dry, chapped lips on their mesh head. And you could adjust it. You could shrink the size. I'm gonna shrink it and widen it. Let me see. Sometimes they actually make the lips worse. I don't use it too often unless the head really, really needs it. Whereas here, the head doesn't need it, so I'm gonna not use it. Nose piercing. I have different versions of that. I'm not gonna put that on there though. Teeth, in case I want his teeth showing. Again, I'm not using that. ASAP Yams birthmark. I don't know if it's a birthmark, but it's a little blemish. Uh, this is something to make the mustache even thicker. Uh, I'm not using that. Let's see. Mutton chop sideburns. I'm gonna be adding some of those. There you go. Alright, that's enough. And I'm gonna add the beard base. I add that facial hair to a lot of my mesh heads. It's a really clean, simple, fresh look. See, I'm gonna remove this around his eyes actually, cause it makes it look like he's straining his face. It doesn't work with all mesh heads, but whatever. And the reason why I add the facial hair is because in my shop I have facial hairs, and I like for my meshes to be compatible with them. These are actually hidden because I hate the way they came out, but something like this, you know, blends in perfectly. What the hell is this? Oh, it's nothing. Something like this, again, blends in perfectly. Something like that. I won't call it perfect, but it still blends in. Again, that. Again, not perfect, but blends in. So a beard like this would fit just because. But I'm gonna just use this, something closer to what Usher would have. Now, I usually would mess with the size of the head, but this seems pretty correct. I'm probably gonna add one here to make it a little wider. The head's a little too small, so to way to even that out, people wear scalers. I try to limit all that extra crap for people, so I'll make the head a little bigger, just so people don't really have to buy a scaler. That's more money out of their pockets. So I would add 4, 2. That'd make the head bigger. If people think that's too big, they can shrink it. If they think it's too small, they could increase it. But I feel like this is a natural. See, in art, they teach you that your head should fit twice in your torso. So I feel, let's see. I'm gonna use my hand. You can't see it, but let's see. 1, 2. It fits twice in his torso perfectly. So that's the right head size for him. Head not too small, not too big. Alrighty. Maybe I should make it a little darker. The face here. And now, like I said again, I'm just adding finishing touches. Too much contrast. Too dark. Let's see. I don't know. Good enough. Now I know Usher. I don't think he's this dark, but again, I only have 4 tones in my shop, and I always make the heads compatible to each of those tones. I should release probably 2 more tones, just in between tones, maybe 3. But so far, that's how I'm doing it right now. Is that my house phone? Who calls the house phone? Come on now. Okay, so it's pretty much done. I guess I could wrap it up here. Not really much else to add on. I did everything. Alright, so thank you for watching my video. I'm gonna get started on rendering this. Is there anything else I can tell you? I'm keeping the eyelashes. I forgot to mention that. I'm keeping them. I could remove them and you wouldn't tell the difference, but whatever. No point in getting rid of it. Oh, these are just the eyebrow area. Eyelashes. So, yeah, that's my video. This is the face. This is the head. Alright. Alright, enjoy. And take care.